Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why that keeps happening. Yeah, everyone refresh. We'll be good to go again. I wonder if it's because. Oh gosh, big fire over here. So I wonder if it's because of the. I wonder if something Lucy did. Oh, there's that other power plant I was trying to find. Yeah, what did you do? Did you summon? Yeah, sorry guys. You know what's funny is I don't even get anything. Like I get zero benefit from the commercials, so I know it's a little inconvenient, but I have no control over that too. Oh, never mind. I was like, it worked, but no, it did not. I don't have any helicopters, so unfortunately that fire is just going to keep on burning until it burns itself out. And looks like we have 2 more incinerators in that part of town we got to worry about. I don't want to necessarily lose. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? Of course. Our 2 zones, they aren't connected yet, in terms of like the power. Oh, for goodness' sake! I hate when this happens. Just give me that extra little. There we go. But actually, guys, fun news. I did just get accepted to the Twitch affiliate program. So I'll be able to do bits and that kind of stuff pretty soon. Oh, Lucy, you're so cute. This is like, I think the very first time she's ever like sat here for a stream. Oh, thanks, guys. But yeah, with affiliate though, you actually get the ad revenue too. So you get basically everything you would get with partner status, but you don't get a pay to sub button right away. But I can start accepting bits pretty soon. But I messed up my tax form submission thing, so I'm kind of like stuck in limbo until that gets sorted. I used like my Chrome autofill when I was filling out the forms or whatever, and it's put my first name in twice on the first form, and you have to submit 2 different tax forms, like one for revenue, one for services or whatever, and I didn't notice it until I was trying to submit the services one, and it kept telling me that like the like my first name didn't match. And I was like, of course it does. It's an autocomplete. How does it not match? It's my name. I put it in. And then I saw that I did like Will Smythe on the first one. And I was like, oh, goodness. Oh, one sec. Lucy wants out. See you, Lucy. Oh, man. When I can afford it, we are having a mod party somewhere on some beautiful, beautiful Caribbean island. I remember all of your years at this point of hard work. Holy smokes. We're going on like, it's a while now, guys. A lot of us hanging out for, yeah, years now. But I mean, like, the real money you make off of Twitch is just through, like, subscriptions, right? But you gotta have a really big audience for that. But, you know, being able to accept bits and getting a little bit of the, even a sliver of the ad revenue is kind of a step in the right direction. This fire's almost out, that's good. But you know what, though, honestly, guys, like if I could, I would have, like, you know, a meetup or a party in, like, every major city I could. And, like, hopefully I can one day. So don't feel like it's only my mods that will ever benefit if we have, you know, if we get a big uptick and the channel gets popular and stuff. I wish there was a way just to get rid of all this pollution. Like, I hate not being able to put, like, trees and stuff down. Like, I know there's, like, mods and stuff, right? But I wish there was, like, high-tech industry that, like, polluted very little. I know there's, like, to a certain extent, kind of sort of that, but go. Nice. So that'll clean this area up a lot, hopefully. And then I think just to offset that, I'm going to put a little bit more industrial zoning down in place over here. So this is cool. It's just like, it's one big, like, timed intersection. It's so fascinating how that works. I like it. Actually, we'll do this. Because why not here? No, offices, they're considered, they're part of the industry. The only thing is you need, like, university-educated workers. We don't really have too many. I have a few that have just moved in because our city is kind of old. We don't, per se, have a university down. So we can't, right now, rely solely on our offices. We would just run out of workers eventually. And I also don't want to over-educate everyone, because then they wouldn't work in our factory zone. So it's kind of this weird, like balancing act between everything here. I just like doing a mix when I'm doing these kind of zones. I think it looks kind of cool. And I'll throw in like a few just, you know, office-y buildings in and around this kind of little industrial setup to make it seem like that's like, you know, an administrative building or something. But otherwise, right now, we're not using any mods, so it's just like whatever we get with the game itself. And the only thing I'm using that's not in the game are these parking lots here, and these I made just in the workshop, like in the asset editor, I should say. And they are in the workshop if you want to download them, though. I just like using them because they're a little bit longer, so it kind of helps fill in those middle areas. Still, these buildings being troublemakers. I don't know why they're not getting any services. I feel like this road needs like another way in or something. I don't think like emergency vehicles are coming in and doing a proper U-turn here. I think the way the building is treating this is it's thinking that this is a tram-only track still right here, or tram-only road. So I'm not able to get any vehicles through there. But I bet you if I were to go like this and add like one, of course, out of city limits. No, don't do this to me. Really? Oh my goodness, this game hates me sometimes. Don't do this to me. There we go. But I think if I do that, vehicles should then be able to come in, make their U-turn. Yeah, right away. Right away, a hearse comes. Right away. Okay, good. I'm glad we did that. Yeah, the blimps, like, there's not really a practical use per se. I tried to make it seem like ours had sort of a practical thing. We have our blimps going to the top of this mountain right here. And this will eventually be like a touristy area. So kind of makes sense in my mind, but this could be, you know, replaced with a cable car even. Which would be kind of fun to have through here too. Why would we do that actually? Where would we go from, though? Maybe from, like, this monorail? Oh, okay, yeah, so there's a reason to have this monorail stop. Okay. I like it. Thinking on our feet here. So this would probably sneak around. Because I do want to have, like, you know, like buildings in the hills and, like, that kind of stuff, right? That'd be so cool, being served by monorail up here. Not what I was originally going to do. Let me just try one more stop, and then we'll have our thing attached to here. Monorail with the road. not too shabby. And for whatever bizarre reason, we seem to have gotten exceedingly lucky with the slope and curvy of that. That actually looks beautiful. But yeah, Mr. Duck, you don't actually have to use the blimps. We don't want them, you know? And you can set the air path, so you can kind of have them take your own, you know? So if you wanted to still get a lot of tall buildings and that kind of stuff, you don't have to squash your skyline. You still have, you know, a little bit of control over that. But yeah, if you don't like them, don't use them. I guess best way to put it. So this is just temporary. I know that no one's using this. I'm going to extend that line just to here. But I'm going to have, yeah, cable car little base here, and then we'll follow the contour of the hill the whole way up, just for fun. So we haven't used the cable cars yet in the stream. Okay, so what am I looking for here? Lines. And what line was this one? That's one that went the whole way. Oh, opportunity, that's right. We wanted to change the, oh, I want to delete that. I'm just gonna pause this for a split second. I wanted to swap these two. I want to have that one go, sorry, the other one go as the straight one. And then that one sneak to there. So we don't have to have all of our monorails on the one side of the station anymore. But you know what though, I love the way that works, but oh well. Not that hard to change it.
Thanks for listening to the classics. Your home for the best works of the great masters.
Yeah, the natural disasters, like I personally don't really, like I don't care less for the disasters. I think they're kind of fun every once in a while to use them. I think they're very inconvenient though when you're building and all of a sudden the disaster alarm goes off. You're like, oh, for goodness sake. But no, like the buildings that you got with the, or you get with the natural disasters, that's what I was more excited about. And then, yeah, like the helicopters and stuff, that was like kind of my jam. I think that's even enough to make that, yep. Okay, so that's actually not too shabby. This will probably change because that looks just kind of weird, but it's fine for the moment. Then I guess this one can go out kind of uniform like that as well. Well, Duck, if you only have the After Dark DLC, you better be here on Thursday. So guys, on Thursday, I'm doing a 12-hour stream. I probably mentioned this a few times now. And I'm going to be giving away some of the DLCs. So I'll have... It's basically a whole whack of all the DLCs. So Azili and I, the two of us, will be streaming together on Thursday. And we'll be doing our giveaways kind of together. But we've got 3 copies so far of the base game. We have 2 copies of Mass Transit. And I think we have at least 1 of each of the DLCs. So there'll be a chance for you guys to kind of win some stuff. So if you're a little hesitant, kind of between paychecks, not looking to break the bank, anything like that, you know, I got your back. There we go. So now the monorail is on that side, so we don't have to compete with the rest of the traffic. So we should have faster flow through this station. That makes me happy. So yeah, Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's going to be a 12-hour long stream. And we'll probably do, like, you know, 1 giveaway every couple hours or so, so that way you don't feel like you have to, like, you know, tune into the beginning or to tune into the end or anything. And I'll figure out how we'll do it, but it'll be just, you know, like a random draw or something like that. My first time doing giveaways, so it's going to be pretty, like, you'll be able to tell it's my first time doing giveaways. And what's really awesome is some of the keys were provided by Colossal Order. That's why I'm a big fan of them. Because I told them I was doing my stream, and they were like, "Oh, here you go for giveaways." And I was like, "For us?" I was like, "You guys, that's so nice of you." Yes, sir. Giveaways for the DLC. And all you gotta do is just be here. But it'll be, I'm probably gonna use either like Nightbots or like, you know, one of the Streamlab things or whatever, and it'll be like, you know, enter in, I'll use a keyword or whatever, and then that'll be how you enter the draw, and then you'll just randomly select, or hopefully, or, you know, something along those lines. My favorite new look, or favorite new form of transportation, sorry, just based on like look alone and all that kind of stuff, is for sure the monorails. Like, I think they're absolutely awesome. I'm in love with these new stations. So like this one right here is one of the custom stations. It's got a bus bay attached to it, so like super cool. The regular monorail stations, the one we just placed, like these guys here, you have them attached to roads. They also have standalone stations, so you don't have to, you know, have any road below them. But yeah, I think the monorails are awesome, and I really, really, really like this right here. So this is like a monorail to train converter, kind of little station transfer point, and then you've got a metro line attached to it as well. Oh, Daydream, yeah, sorry, Nightbot's kind of finicky here. No, that's okay. Sorry I deleted you though. So yeah, obviously I would love to give each and every one of you a copy of the game. That would be like absolutely awesome, but I cannot afford to do that, unfortunately, so. I think, oh good, excellent, excellent, thank you. Yeah, we have a Steam group going, and I gotta get more active on that. Just kind of get everything back to, I don't explain, I kind of went through like a bit of a funk, you know? So kind of like the end of 2016 going into 2017, I was just kind of like not, you know, not really feeling it. But we're back at full force. So I gotta start getting some of those, you know, older projects of ours, everything back into the front line. So nifty that is, I love it. That's because the height is a little bizarre right here, so I will follow the game's recommendation and not do that. Instead, I'll just do this. I want to be able to get right in the middle there, but I can't. Darn it, not what I'm looking for here. I think instead what I'm going to do, I'm just worried about this being like super boxed off over here, but I guess that's not really the end of the world, right? Oh, actually, why don't we do something like this even? Kind of a way on and off the highway a bit faster, without having the way across. And we can do... No, that's too steep. I'll take it back. I'll keep that though, even though the trees get polluted. Yeah, I wonder if that's too nuts or not. Defeats the point of that then. I'll keep it on this side. I like the visual look of it, but I think the roundabout's more practical to get traffic in and out here. Oh, the cable car! Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow, wow. Remember, guys, told you the king of being sidetracked. King of it. Like 6 hours later, we finally make it, right? So we'll do our cable car end right there. Let's terraform this a little bit. Smooth that out a little. Nice. And then it'd be cool to get a road up here without getting in the way of things. Oh yeah, swimming duck. Oh yeah, no. Oh my goodness. I totally forgot I had to respond to you. But I'm neglecting everyone these days. Not just you, my friend. Just a busy boy, unfortunately. But do not take that personally. Not at all. You know I love you. So I'm such a ghost these days that like when I call my mom on Mother's Day, she literally was like, now I'm sure you're calling just because it's Mother's Day, but I'm just going to ask in case. Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything's okay. She's like, well, you never call. I'm like, I know. Do you know it, like Daydreamin', I had been playing like city builders a lot. So for me, the learning curve wasn't all that steep. So honestly, just after a few hours even, I was pretty much comfortable kind of making and doing things. Because when the game first came out, I just kind of quickly realized there really wasn't a tutorial or anything. So I kind of made that one video that ended up getting pretty popular on YouTube. That's kind of like what started my whole, you know, like online kind of empire thing. And so when I was like, yeah, like in grade school and stuff, when everyone was outside playing like sports and stuff on like their lunch break, I'd be like in the computer lab playing like, you know, SimCity 2000 or whatever, right? Being like, I'm gonna make stuff cool. So needless to say, I didn't have many friends as a kid, but I had really, really cool computer cities, you know, and all that kind of stuff. What's frustrating is like now it's like, you know, it's chic to be geek. If I was like this geeky, you know, if I was a kid now, I'd be like the most popular kid in school or whatever, right? Yeah, Sandalin, I'm very much so wanting to do a higher bit rate, but unless you're partnered, Twitch does not like it when you do that. They cap you at I think it's 3.6 megs if you're not partnered. I am a little bit of a rebel. I do 3.7 megs, so it's a little, you know, they might catch me. Don't do that. But yeah, no, it's just like they don't really want to. They want to save the bandwidth basically for like, you know, the real deal people, which is totally fair. I totally understand that. But I would love to be able to stream at like, you know, 10 megs a second or something to give you guys that option if you could run it on your ends. Oh, cool. I haven't done the cable cars yet, so this is going to be a little bit of a learning experience. Awesome. So I remember just reading that people were complaining about how steep they can kind of go with these. So I'm going to try and keep that in mind and maybe draw that out. But I think this is awesome. Yeah, right? It's like, what? Oh, it doesn't matter? Twitch will cap me? Oh, well then I feel like I'm being a rebel for no one for nothing. Weird, you can't do too sharp of an angle with this. That's interesting. Good to know. Let's back that up a bit. But I mean, like, for this game specifically to get, like, you know, like, the handle on, like, mechanics for, like, traffic, that kind of stuff, I feel like it took me a few weeks, if not months. And then, like, now when I look back at some of my older cities, just the style, like, I've changed my style so much how I play and build. Even in the last few weeks, I feel like I've kind of changed things up a bit. But, you know, just like in real cities, like, you know, stuff evolves, you kind of go through, like, evolutions in your, you know, your design, your thought process and stuff, so. I feel like, you know, you never really learn 100% how to play the game, but I'm, like, very confident at this point, just kind of building and not really running into problems, per se. Very rarely do we actually have, like, traffic issues and stuff, so. But if I, like, knew what I know now, if I could, like, go back, you know, like, that kind of thing, oh my goodness. I think my experience in the game would be a lot better right off the get-go. What facility just filled up? My graveyard? Yes. Oops. That's so cool. Cable cars, we did it! That's so nice. Very peaceful. Mission accomplished. So now you can get up there by car, by airship, or by cable car. Like combination monorail cable car kind of thing. And then, just in case, a little store here for people that are waiting. I kind of miss, like, I really miss SimCity, just like, you know, the way you could do like medium, high, low density, that kind of stuff. Like SimCity 4 forever in my mind will be like the greatest city builder, with this being like the closest second place imaginable. And, you know, I don't really know, like, in terms of the bigger picture, if they're going to keep on doing these kind of updates for Cities Skylines, or if they'll eventually hit a point where it's like they'll start putting effort and resources into like Cities Skylines too, because that could be like a very real possibility. But I mean, this has the ability to be like, you know, one of those games we play all of us for like 10 years type thing, just like SimCity was. But I do know what you mean though. Okay, what can we do now? I think population is still kind of our kind of goal here. Oh, and Alexander, yeah, you could totally bring, like with the airport, for example, you could have, like, the bigger one still has your metro connection, right? So you can still just rely on that on its own. But theoretically, now you could have an airfield that has, like, you know, blimps or whatever, which is cool. And then you could have a monorail connection to go from, like, you know, your city center only to your airport. Kind of have that as like a direct little link. Or you could just do like, you know, a point A to point B train link. You could do one of these kind of things now where you have like a train to tram to metro conversion. Plop one of these things down right in front of your airport. You know, make some parking lots in the asset editor type thing. Make a little spot like this. Have the airport next to it. Big transit hub. Then you can put like your expo center here, so the area kind of like, you know, starts to tell the story. People fly in by plane, have an expo, there's hotels nearby. So you can start doing some districts with some commercial specialization. I don't know, it's kind of, it's like the city, it just kind of tells its own story, especially if you kind of put all the pieces in the right spot. No, there's been no official rumors about Skylines 2. I just don't really, like, I'm just kind of curious. Because you just can't keep this game going forever. It's just as a matter of fact, you know? You can probably keep going for like a darn long time. Because here we are, like, 2 years later, basically, and this feels like an entirely different game. Like, you could almost argue, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, right? If we go back in time to, like, March, whatever day it was, March 11th, March 12th, 2015, and you play City Skylines on release for a few hours, and you're like, love it, right? Great. And then, you know, like, you don't even know that, like, this is released, and then someone shows you this game, you play it, like, you know, 5-6 hours, all on the same day, and, like, you'd swear this is like City Skylines 2. The game is that different from the beginning. But I don't know. I mean, I'm going to keep this going or start a new one, right? And, Hyatsila Kuna, I hope I said that right. Thanks for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. And I hope I see you Thursday. And so, guys, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. About 6 p.m. now. I was probably going to break for dinner and switch gears and start doing some recording for. I need to make some YouTube content. But I will be doing a 12-hour stream on Thursday, and I'll be starting a brand new city, and we'll be just going, you know, as far as we can type thing. So for those of you who have not gotten enough of your fix today, definitely come back Thursday. Oh, SimCity 3000, yes, definitely the feels out of that. I just liked all the, like SimCity 4 Rush Hour. I just loved being able to, like, you know, drive the train around. Like, that was so cool, right? I'm getting all nostalgia here. Every once in a while for our streams, I'll put the SimCity 4 soundtrack on. And, like, I won't tell anyone, too. I'll just kind of have it in the background. And every once in a while, someone's like, is that what I think it is? I'm like, oh, yes, it is. Or people will be like, oh, wow, I don't realize the City Skylines soundtrack was so good. I'm like, well, it's not. Not that it isn't, but you know what I mean, right? It's not. Like, SimCity 4 is so iconic. And even SimCity 2013, that soundtrack was pretty darn good. Would I want to have the next expansion contain? I would love to have kind of like a farming, like small town kind of, like that kind of overhaul. It'd be really cool to have, because they've done, you know, some high-tech buildings, like this kind of stuff. It'd be really cool to have, like, small, suburban-y kind of, like, rural little police stations, little sheriff's office. I know a lot of this stuff exists already in the asset workshop. And then the absolute, like, this is, like, total pipe dream, but the absolute dream would be to have City Skylines and then have like it called like timelines or something, where you have like medieval, and you have like World War II, and you have like, you know, different timelines. Or you can start in 1 year and just kind of slowly progress. So we can start in the year 1850, do city building. We have like gravel roads, and everyone's like horse-drawn carriage, and you have like super limited amount of buildings and stuff, and you just keep on going. I think that'd be kind of fun, right? Oh, wrong thing. Yep. But yeah, that multi-link, use that one for Thursday, because I'll be streaming with Azili, and I don't know if she's still streaming now or not. I know she's got advanced copy of the game too. Oh, I think she is too. Oh yeah, she is. Excellent. So I might have to do a little raid of her channel when we're done here. Okay, well, let's get some more people in here, and let's kind of beef up in and around this spot. Maybe get a bus bay or something going too. Drop that down now before I forget. I wish they'd done another little bit of transportation stuff for the rest of the things, like, you know, like little tram stations or a new bus stop, or it'd be kind of nifty to have something. I'm gonna try to find something like this, but for trams, right? Just a little bit more of a bigger station, or even something like this for buses, where the buses can just drive in and you have like a little overhead thing for switching sides on the street or whatever, right? It's a chance for some loop and turnaround points or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that makes sense, you know. Oh yeah, the police missions. Oh man, yeah, I totally forgot about that too. Man, you guys are getting me all like the feels, you know, for SimCity here. Okay, let me drop this down. That was gonna go right here, or even right there's a better spot. Hello. Cool. Just want to make sure like we actually use these bus lanes here. Otherwise, what's the point of them all, right? Let me drop in a bus now. I've got a bus that goes from there through here. So I wonder if we should maybe have it go into this one instead. Yeah, let's modify this route. So we'll start here. How do I have that? That seemed like such a cool route. Oh, it was one of these kind of things. Okay, I got you now. No, but you know what though? I'll do some more regional ones or some locally ones there. I'm gonna have this one just go in. And why do you have to go like that? That's really silly. I can't go out and then turn left. I have to go the long way. That's really annoying. What happens if I do this? Same thing. That's weird. I don't like that fact. When in doubt, just switch the sides of the road. There, that's better. But yeah, this bus route is just gonna go from one bus bay just to the next, basically. I missed that giant duck asset. I should still have it, theoretically. I don't see why I wouldn't still have it. Just to give a chance for some line transferring, line sharing, why don't we sneak across over this way? That way you could theoretically take a ferry with this right here. And so yeah, we'd go into here, and then we'd just follow the same route, but going opposite direction now. And then from each of the bus stations, we'll have a little route that kind of goes and visits some of the spots where we were at before. And no, that's so silly having to do all that. I don't... That's annoying. If I do this, does that fix it? No, that's so... Why does that happen? And also, what the heck is this all about? It's a bus line from before. Get rid of that. There we go. What? This is so silly. Oh my goodness. That just tells me that we should have a road that goes the whole way around this thing. That should fix the problem now. Famous last words. There we go. Wait a minute. We had it. don't know what to believe. Okay, I'm just gonna do that because this is really weird to me. Oh well. I wouldn't say it's bugged, it's just like the way it's trying to find the path is a little bizarro, that's all. Change this to a stop sign. Help the traffic flow a little bit. Cool, I just want these to be close enough together that they'll like still kind of work as a team. And let's change the color of this. I feel like it's a waste just to have a bus go for like this little spot here. It's like 2 blocks long, right? I almost wish we had one other connection point. I'm gonna do a stop right here because you can kind of see there's a little point. I put a little pedestrian crossing in between that gap and the trees, so theoretically people can kind of walk into this spot. Just like it might be close enough that people would walk from the subway or the train right to work instead of taking a bus like one stop or so, right? Kind of my logic for that. Oh hey, Amtrak, welcome back. Why don't we just use that roundabout to turn around? So that way we're hitting monorail station, and then we're getting all these people in here a chance to take transit now. You know, we should probably be a bit closer to that right there. Yeah, you know what though, KK Murray, I wish they had yield signs. That's the only thing I think that's kind of missing. And like the coolest feature is the ability to make the roads priority roads, and that'll change every road that connects to it. It'll like give them like stop signs and stuff. Like it's super, super cool. Yes, I feel like this should be... No, that's too silly. Or is it? Right, and then... Oh gosh, what have you done? Now, why isn't that... One sec, I've messed this up. Let me just try this again here. This did not work the way I wanted it to. I wanted those to run by the metro station, because that would make kind of more sense, I think, right? Yeah, I know. I wish that too, Amtrak. I think it's kind of a little silly that you can't have at-grade crossings for your trams and your trains. I completely agree with you there. Oh well. So yeah, just this is my stop option. And what I'll do is I'll make my trains a little bit more of a direct, like, you know, point A to point B kind of loop or line. Same with, to a certain extent, I guess the monorails and also sort of the trams. And then the buses, I'll make this a very inefficient route. So there's a lot of overlap, a lot of weird kind of, you know, turns and squigglies and stuff. But then the idea is just to kind of get a little bit more coverage out there. And if I have them run near other forms of public transit, it just gives, you know, a chance for people to do line transfer. I don't think anyone would take a bus the whole way. That seems kind of inefficient in my mind, but doing something like this kind of works, right? I actually might even go to the next roundabout. Just get that extra little bit of no, you know what? There's no one really on that road anyway, so let's just back that up to there. But yeah, I plan on doing another little tutorial video just on like public transit and that kind of stuff. Now that we have so many more options, so I'll kind of just, you know, talk about that kind of stuff. But that's kind of my thought process. Is you use like your buses and your trams to kind of help, you know, plug the holes in between the longer, faster, more efficient routes. But you could theoretically accomplish anything with anything. Like you could have like express routes with buses and, you know, not even use other forms of transit, right? Totally whatever you want type thing. And 1 second, let me see what... Oh, okay, that's... Yeah. You guys are talking about the trams and tracks again. Yeah, I can have, you can have level train crossings. Like, you can do them here. You just can't, you can't have tram tracks go through a train, unfortunately. See, tram tracks cannot cross the train or whatever, which is really, it's annoying. Because there's no, like, real reason for it, right? Because in real life, you have them the same way you would have, like, a road go through, right? Yeah, I've got a few level crossings, though, so it's not impossible to have them. It's just, like, you can't have trams go through them. And then I think I had to do, yeah, see, like, I raised it up over here just to allow the trams to kind of sneak their way around without any problems or headaches. There's a lot of overlapping line here. And, yeah, but it's actually crashed a few times now. But just in general, I think we're going to maybe stream for another, like, 15 or 20 minutes or so, and then we're probably going to call it a night here. Oh, Amtrak, you're so sweet. You're trying to... I don't have, what do they call it? The bits turned on just yet. But I appreciate you trying to cheer for me there. That's cool, man. But yeah, I got accepted into the affiliate program, but I messed up my tax submission stuff, so I'm going to have to wait a few business days for that to get sorted. So hopefully in like a week or two I can get that going, but I was hoping to have that, you know, ready for the 12-hour stream, but I totally screwed that up. And when I emailed them, I get these like automated responses being like, we cannot help you in this process, blah, blah, blah. Here's a list of things you can try, frequently asked questions, and I'm like, ah, this is not what I need. Alright, I need to get away from doing too many boxes and areas like that over here. So let me try a little fork or something, try and mix things up a bit. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Alright, Mr. Duck, thanks for tuning in, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. See you on Thursday. Actually, I'm gonna use my new favorite road here. This is just for a little residential neighborhood that we're building. I'm going to do a hint of this little inner city kind of suburby kind of zoning that I've been doing. Oh, you want more connections? Oops. Let me have that go one lower. Cool. Let's use our junction tool. But let me show you what I was talking about earlier with like the priority thing, right? So say you were making a neighborhood and you were attaching like a whole bunch of streets to it. And I wanted this one to be the main road. I would go over here, click on adjust my road. I will make this a priority road. So that means the whole length of it, Faith Street right here now, I can change the name too if I want, now has priority. So everyone that attaches to it gets a stop sign just to ensure that, you know, flow through is fast on that street. That's cool. Stop signs, stop signs. But if I wanted to, I could adjust this one. So if I wanted, say, a traffic light here, but the rest stop signs, we could still do that. So it's super cool. Love it. But I feel like opportunity lost because they did not add yield signs, which would have been like super, super cool. Like priority / yield. I would love that. I know, Kickamer, I know exactly what you mean. I'm like, I don't know. I love it. I don't think that looks good. It's such a nice little realism factor. I'm such a fan of them. And the fact that you can change the names too is so cool. But I'm having such like I don't know, like fun nostalgia because it's like a lot of the street names are like names that we have in like my city. And I have like William Street. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. I'm like, I know a William. There we go. That's nice like that. But it's just so convenient because I don't want traffic lights everywhere, right? So just doing this, it's so cool. And then if you're adding stop signs to this, it's like the game will see that, you know, it'll like the AI knows this is a shorter route. So it only takes this if it's local traffic. So you just get a lot more, I don't know, just get like a bit more of a city kind of feel to it. Because you have these kind of roads constantly in cities, right? But I wouldn't do this normally because of the traffic lights it would cause. But it's just a great way to get more use out of your zoning squares. You can like break up your road styles a little bit more. You can start doing like fun, crazy stuff like that, where you have like, you know, just, I don't know, a lot of options now. I know, parking lots and that kind of stuff. I know, Amtrak, I hope, I really hope. Like what I use is I made these in the workshop, you know, to start. It's not perfect, but helps me get something in here at least, right? But yeah, it'd be so cool, just like, yeah, and like, you know, and like they have in like Paris and stuff like that in Europe, where you have like the center median has your parking. I guess we have that to a certain extent here in North America, just not all that often. But yeah, I'm still very shocked that they don't have parking lots in this game. Kind of weird. Just one of those things, though. Ah, it's too... That hill is too crazy. Oh, hey now. There we go. But it's like, you know, this kind of stuff, it's now so much more possible and it's easy to do as I mess it up. I always say those things as I'm making a mistake. But I mean, like, to do this though, right? Like, we got a stop sign here. Like, you know, you're only coming in here if you're local traffic. I love it. But then we fill this whole area up very nicely, right? We got our 2 ways in, so traffic shouldn't bottleneck when we do get cars going through. That one little gap there, that's so inefficient. Oh, it's because of this. I know why we did it then. Yeah, don't judge me on the pipes right here. I don't really think I did that good of a job. But that's okay, we're not really looking underground too often. But I like using, like, you know, parking lots, right? Because it fills in that little middle gap area there. Because parking lots, obviously, you need them in real life too, especially when you have a lot, like, condo towers and stuff, right? I want this just to be lots of houses. Yeah, sure, why not? Have an interesting little layout, but sure. Oh, it's kind of cute. I like it. Trying to think here, do we have any... Oh, Alexander, if you're still here, look at that, straight after you, dude. But yeah, I saw Young Street, and it was like Y-O-U-N instead of like, you know, the other one. But I was just like, oh, look at that. But it's cool. It's super, super cool. It just seems like, yeah, Toronto was made with like a random street name generator too, right? And then something I really like to do, which I was showing off earlier, is I'll kind of encase my inner city suburby block things in trees like this, just to kind of give the residential areas a bit more kind of privacy kind of feel. Obviously this stuff's so much easier to do when you got mods, right? But I think just for like vanilla game right now, we're doing a pretty darn good job making this place look pretty pretty real and pretty fun. And like, just, you know, from a quick overhead glance, I think you'd kind of assume I was using mods when you look at the city. I really like this, eh? That little... I think the trees should be in that little spot, though. What's new with the DLC? You get a whole bunch of new transportation options. You get a whole bunch of road options. You get your street naming things, too. You get your road junctions, so you can change traffic lights around. Add stop signs if you want. Whatever you want. Super, super cool. Your new road options. I'll show you guys again. I know it's a little bit redundant, but... some people are here just to see this stuff, so that's totally fair. So in your single lane roads, or your small roads, I should say, like your little residential ones, you've got asymmetrical roads, which are like super, super cool. So that's a 2+1 lane style. And you can split them so that you have like a double set of turning lanes for your little residential, your side streets and stuff. So just, yeah, split them down the middle. It's a little sexy median thing right there. And then, yeah, 2 lanes for turning on each side. That's kind of cool. And then you got your single lane roads with the monorails, which are pretty self-explanatory. And then shifting gears on your bigger roads. I love this one so much, these large avenues with the grass. It's kind of like a small version of this street here. So instead of it being 2 lanes plus parking, it's 1 lane plus parking. And kind of a different median tree idea. And then these look really, really sharp, I think, in with like, you know, offices, like commercial kind of districts. Because, like, you know, in real life, right, if this was like a main street for shopping, plenty of places to park, right? So if, like, this is your little favorite cafe, you just, you know, pull in, go to Starbucks, hop on out, not blocking traffic. So in real life, the businesses would love that, other traffic would love that, you know, so. And then, yeah. Got a little kind of transit-y service version of that too. So taxi lane, bus lane, and then we got the wider monorail road. Kind of self-explanatory there too. And then nothing in the 6-lane roads, unfortunately. Although I don't know what they could have added. It would have been nice to maybe have like a 6-lane road where it was 5 lanes plus monorail. But monorail or tram would be at, like, you know, ground level or something. Maybe not monorail ground level, but let me show what I mean by that. So, like, imagine, you know, regular 6-lane road, but instead of it being, you know, 3 plus 3, imagine it was 3 plus 2, and then you had, or even 2 plus 2. Oh, I take it back. 2 plus 2, but then you had on each side, you had this, like, as the outside. So 2 driving lanes plus that. That'd be cool. So just kind of like a different configuration than the 2-laner with the monorail. And then a lot of the new main roads come with your highway stuff. So you got national roads, which is a 2-lane highway. You get sound barrier or non-sound barrier version of that. So highway speed, 1 lane on each side. So if you use network extensions, 1 or 2, that should be super familiar. A lot of the roads from that kind of made their way over to here. So same idea here. 2-lane highway with and without sound barrier. And you've also got 4-lane highway now. And so all of this, plus your road naming tool, plus the junctions, the ability to adjust roads. You can see routes now, which is so crazy. Like, so crazy. If I click on a road, I'll just see, like, everyone that's using it and where their routes go. And that kind of helps you with your traffic planning. And if you want, you can make certain roads priorities, and that'll do that little trick with all the stop signs and stuff. So a lot of, like, new planning options right there. So all of that comes for free with the DLC. When you buy the DLC, you get the new transportation modes. So you get your blimps, you get your new ships, you get monorails, like basically ferries, right? You get your cable cars. We have a few of those going right now. So here's a little cable car network we got. Got a monorail station. So monorail brings you here. Cable car takes you up into the hills. We got our airships also serving that too. What's cool for the airships is you pick and draw your corridors. So if I want, just, you know, that'll be my corridor right there. Then you lay your lines along that. But yeah, I'm super excited for this DLC. Like, they did a phenomenal job with this. And like always, just the free stuff that comes with it also just amazing. So don't feel like you gotta, you know, go out there and buy it type thing. But it's you know, it's well priced. It's only like $12 or something. So that's not too shabby, I say, for a DLC package. Okay. And for those of you who might be on the fence, or maybe want to see a little bit more gameplay still. Oh, hey, Zelia, thanks for tuning in. I'll be doing a 12-hour stream with Zelia of all people who just tuned in, actually. I apologize, guys, my poor voice here. Yeah, her and I are doing a dual stream on Thursday. It'll be 12 hours long, which will be pretty crazy. But we've each got, we'll each download the same map, and we're going to release that on the workshop so you guys can play along at home too. But yeah, we'll just play for 12 straight hours and just kind of build an entirely different city, you know, each of us type thing. So that'll be kind of fun, I think. I apologize, my poor voice, guys. So I probably won't be going too much longer. I'm already starting to lose my voice here. Gotta save it for Thursday, you know. And I gotta try and record some offline content for tonight too. That's so funny. Azealia was trying to raid us. We're trying to raid her, you know, a little bit too. So I have to pick a new raid target. Oh, I said I wanted to make this more of a living space. Lots of offices so far through here. There's a weird squiggle in that road. I'm not gonna change it, but yeah, guys, give Azealia a follow. She was streaming today too. She's pretty much a daily streamer. That's someone we should raid? Okay, let me open up that channel page right here. But yeah, super looking forward to Thursday. And like I was just about to say, for Thursday, if you guys are like on the fence or like you don't know if you want to get the DLC or whatever, maybe between paychecks or whatever like that, Azili and I will be giving away a few copies of the game plus the some of the DLCs. So we'll have the new DLC, some of the older DLCs, and all you got to do for that is just literally show up and enter our little draw. We'll probably use like Nightbot or something where you just type in like one of those, like we'll have a keyword. Everyone who wants to enter can type in the keyword, and then we'll just randomly select a winner based on that. Oh, you know, one thing that I didn't talk about that you get, which is actually I think a little under, you know, like people don't really mention this. You get one-way train tracks, which is super, super, super handy. So if we wanted to, let's actually do that now. If we wanted to make this much more practical, we could. Let me show what I mean by that. So now we have the ability to kind of make this more like a how a road interchange would kind of function. So let me go like that, just to start. Cool. So go in, perfect. And then I'm looking to make this, when I say efficient, I don't want trains to be passing in front of each other. So this might not look all that nice just because it's the first time driving the curve or whatever, right? But theoretically, if I would have a train like this, right? So you're going in this way. If you wanted to go that direction, you peel off here. No problem, bada bing, bada boom. But if you wanted to go that way, you would just go through the cloverleaf kind of style like this. And then that way when you merge, you're merging with traffic. You're not actually blocking another train. So theoretically that makes your passing and stuff a lot faster. Which is why, you know, you have things like partial cloverleaf interchanges in real life. Like think of this thing here, right? We're trying to do the same idea with trains, right? So you can like turn in front of each other. Turning into open TTD, yeah. I've had a few comments about that too. It's like transport kind of fever, or like transport tycoon kind of game. But you know, it's nice seeing a lot more focus on transportation, because like I know a lot of us are just like super like not so secret transport nuts, you know. And then just a little asterisk too, if I could plug a different game, maybe you guys haven't heard of this. If you love this kind of stuff, and like you kind of like city building, but you're just like, meh, you know, take a look at a game called Transport Fever. It is awesome fun. You get a little bit of city building, but it's more so the focus is on kind of the nitty gritty of the transport management. So you build, create, manage lines, and oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Remind me later, are you nuts? I just got one of those Windows 10 updates being like, we're gonna update your computer right now. Are you out of your mind, Windows 10? Oh, gosh. So if my stream randomly restarts, it's because of that. But we'll probably, like I said, probably wrap things up in about like 10 minutes or so. Let me just maybe finish this little interchange, then we'll call it a day. And we have a someone in mind to raid. But I'm gonna take a look and just see in case one of my friends is maybe streaming. Not to pick favorites or anything, but we'll kind of see. And then that's what's the name of space saving? We'll be a bit lower behind. Am I collecting your brainwaves? No, I don't think I am. Oh, did I say something that was just on your mind, or? I don't know, maybe you and I are in sync now. We do play a lot of the same games. Do think alike. I think I've done this correctly. Oh, you know what we're missing is just the other set of, oh gosh. So it's not, I don't have like the full, I forgot to do, I almost need to be, oh my gosh, this is gonna get insane. I have an idea now. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this is about to get crazy. I'm gonna have, some 2-lane activity happening. I think this should work. I don't see why not, right? I mean, theoretically. So my angles are going to be really off until I just kind of get what I'm going for here, but okay. Read above that line. Oh, transport. Yes, transport fever. Wow, I gotta read the chat a little more often, right? I swear, it's so funny. Whenever I watch other streamers, I'm always like, how is it so hard for you not to keep up with the chat? And then whenever I stream, like 10 minutes goes by, then I'm like, oh yeah, there's a chat. Whoops, you know? So, you know. Okay, try this. Please work. Come on, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Let me just get that a bit wider. That's okay, you'll teach me. Thank you very much. Do you know what though, like all jokes aside, I was one of those kids where they were just convinced I had like ADD or something, because I'm just like, I cannot pay attention to anything. But whenever I did the test or whatever to see like, you know, if I had all the markers or whatever, I was always like, you know, I'd hit like 3 out of 8 boxes or whatever. I just wouldn't be enough. They'd be like, yeah, he's just got a lot of energy. Send him outside more often. And I'd just be like, okay. Try to make this more like a like an actual partial cloverleaf, where we like, you know, to the split in the directions here. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm after, right? And it's tough without the sharp angles and all those other like anarchy mods to get like the curve that you're after. So I'm fairly certain I won't be able to get these to look even on both sides, but just like this general idea is what I'm kind of going for. Yeah, that's cool, right? Just go in. Now, the $1 million question, can we make this look better? Kind of make this look a little bit cleaner, I hope. Oh yeah, there we go. Like, this is the kind of stuff I really enjoy doing without mods in this game. Like, I know this is so like theoretically easy to do when you have a lot of mods, but I don't know, I just love just trying to find and just push it to the limit. I'm sure some of you are like that too, where you're just dying to see what you can do in the game, you know? It's kind of fun. We're getting there. It's still a little like too curvy for my like personal taste or whatever, but I would probably like just, you know, I'd leave this be for the moment. But yeah, I'm definitely a train enthusiast when it comes to, you know, just really anything, especially when it comes to games. So I don't know, I'd probably change this again off camera, right? But just to get the general idea, see if we can do this on this side too. It's a little bit trickier to do this than it looks, though. And that's right, yeah, Azili's got a list, guys, of the mods that are working right now with, whatchamacallits, mass transit. And it's quite a few, so you'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm sharing that list being like, oh, very nice, very nice. I risk making this too tight, making it look silly. Yeah. I'm doing this just for the general, just to see if I can do it first, and then we'll maybe redo it in the next stream. Make it look nicer then. What, the monorail songs have you been singing? I realize that's a little short, but that's okay. I like to have some more spacing in between my junctions usually. But I will allow it just for this. Getting too complicated. Honestly, I don't know why, like, why do they do all these crazy things, right? Like, this is just for absolute fun. Like, there's no real reason why I'm doing this, you know? Jazz hands. Oh, it's so cool, though. This side looks so much better. This side is terrible. Like, what the heck is going on here? I'm gonna split that back up into 2 different teams here. There's just too much chaos. Yeah, what I really like doing, especially in vanilla, is I'll just do mismatched kind of things like this, and then I'll terraform a hint around the area, and then I'll just kind of fill in everything with trees, just to kind of hide it. So like that's what I'm doing for, you know, like basically here, right? So it's a little mismatched. You can't quite tell per se though. It has kind of the right flow and feel to it. And then, like, you know, this is a pre-made asset. That's why it looks, you know, fantastic, right? But yeah, I don't. This will all be fixed. Don't worry. And let me get that one little stretch right here. Okay, so that's that fixed. That's fine. It's a 2 thing like that. Okay. Did I miss any other ones? Are we okay now? Those are going the right way, right? That's the right way. Okay, so now we need this side going to here, pretty much. Oh gosh, this is getting so complicated. Why am I doing this? Oh, I still have one rail going the wrong way? Let me double check here. So that's that way, going in like that. That's fine. I need this one. If you guys mean that going this way, that's not supposed to go that way. I need a back way. Oh yeah. So that's that way to here then. Okay. Yes. This is getting very, 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 very crazy. I think at this point I'm just gonna finish building it and hope it looks good. Because this is getting, yeah, super nuts. And I'll double check all the connections after, just in case I'm not, because I feel like I'm staring one misconnection right in front of my face. Now, it would be nice to use this as a connection too. Kind of go, oh gosh. No. There. Wow, this is so insane. But theoretically, it fits the bill, right? Yeah, that's what we're after. Just, it's getting insane. But I love it. Alright, so we don't have a way to that side yet. That's the last thing we're missing here. Man. So yeah, I'm gonna put like rocks and trees, and we'll terraform. We'll make a little hill here. So we'll kind of make use of the fact that it's like exceedingly oversized. Oh, well, maybe, yeah, for like left-hand side drive. Yeah, in that sense they're going the wrong way. No, but no, that's, yeah. Okay, so I need this one. Am I too close to this? I think so. Sweet. Okay, so we just need one last little bit of this connection, and that's going from here into there. That's going to be tricky. It's not the worst like that. Too sharp though. But yeah, something like that is what we're after for our last connection. So let's move this. We have more room. And I may actually sneak that a little bit back. The only thing we risk, though, is if we get really high volumes of train traffic through here, some of the spots might be a little close together, so it might not be the most efficient form of transfer. I wonder if this can be a bridge, like a tunnel. Did that before, yeah. Help make part of this compact, yeah. Do that. Okay. Yay, alright. There we go. That's what I'm after. Fits the bill. Okay, cool. Now let's terraform slightly and kind of make this look kind of nice. It's a little chaotic here. One-way train tracks for the win, though. How's that for an interchange? What in the heck's going on here? It's crazy, but it works. So that's fine by me. Not enough soil, you say? Well, fine. I have ways of finding soil. Or do I? Got a little bit of soil for us to work with. Okay, cool. So there's a little bit of terraforming, and I'm going to cover this with rocks and trees and stuff now. Train track roundabouts? I probably should have actually tried that to begin with, to be honest. Because that probably would have been the best. It'd have to be like mad oversized, but yeah, theoretically, I think it's doable. It would actually probably work really well too, if we could get it like super oversized though. Because you don't want like a fundamental breakdown where you just have like too many trains inside of it and then like I'll block the exits type thing. So this part, totally subjective. Like I kind of like the way it looks in the end. Some people might find that it's a little bit busy, but it's totally up to you whether you like this or not. My feelings are not hurt if you're just like, what are you doing? And I find that it doesn't really look all that right until you get the right amount of like overlap and stuff. I don't really know how to describe that until you kind of see what I mean here in the end. So just kind of, you know, just take little mental snapshots in your mind, and well, obviously mental in your mind. But yeah, check back on this in a second, and then you'll be like, oh, okay. Not as ugly. And I'll be like, see? See? I told you so. Alright. There we go. That's not too bad, right? Now let's tree this son of a gun right here. Click like a madman. And I've been using this particular tree a lot in the city, so I'm going to probably have this one as the main focus for over here. And what I'm going for is just kind of like a train track through the foresty kind of feel. And it's very, very likely that the city will end up being built, you know, in and around here too. I just want it to feel like kind of like, yeah, like there's like a whole forest kind of like in and around our city. Especially at some of these bigger infrastructure projects here. After the, oh, you mean like going from here to here, that one?
Because it was Baroque.
No, I think, I don't know, I think we're okay for,
Would have almost certainly been dismantled and used as firewood
yeah, we should be
by
okay.
countless peasants alike.
Oh, unless you mean this one, that might be a little, that one's probably the tightest. But I'll still probably, probably keep it. And I'll probably, like realistically, I'm probably gonna work on this for a bit off camera. But next time we have like a little casual stream, I think we'll probably work on this because I want to give it a week or two before we go back into some of our other projects. Just I want some of the mods and stuff to be kind of updated, and I'm sure there's probably gonna be a few, you know, like hot fixes and some random stuff coming out. And I'm curious at this point to see where this city's gonna go. I'm really liking it. It's growing on me quite a bit. And Chiaya, I hope I'm saying your name right. We were actually talking about that earlier too. I struggle doing things like small towns and like farming and stuff. I have no problem doing like big infrastructure projects. I have a really hard time though keeping things like tiny and compact and stuff. And I think we were kind of, yeah, I feel like you're like a product of your environment, you know? Like I live in a big city. Very rarely am I ever outside of the city doing like non-big city things, right? So like for me, just I can only do big city stuff, especially in these kind of games, right? So maybe if you live in a smaller town, that's probably why you're, you know, stuck doing the smaller town kind of feels and vibes. And again, I know this looks a little bit overboard. It just suddenly hits this like I don't know, it's like, you know, with coffee, right? Like coffee's great when it's really, really, really hot. And then as the temperature goes down, coffee gets terrible. And then suddenly it hits this moment where it's cold and gets delicious again, right? Same thing here. We're just finding that perfect sweet spot where all of a sudden you're just like, oh, eureka, it's beautiful. And this is all just being done without any DLC. So if we had, sorry, not without any mods or assets. So if we had even more stuff, I'd make this even more, like, you know, more custom. But that's kind of what I'm after. Super hectic. A little bit oversized, but kind of fun nonetheless, though, right? Yeah, this is pretty darn cool. And I like that it's actually practical. Like, this is the tightest turn. You can see the train would be able to do it. Or is able to do it. Yeah, coffee, it's like, I don't know, it's just, it's so good and so bad at the same time, right? Oh, darn, you know, I need to unlock this other tile. Otherwise, this could be a little, whatever. Just for the moment. But yeah, guys, I think what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna wrap up this stream here. I think I'm ready for dinner. But awesome stream. Had a lot of fun, guys. Like, we got a lot done. Definitely got some new forms of transit in here too. Pay no mind to this giant fire. Let's just pretend everything is hunky-dory here. But yeah, let's take a look at our city. See what we've done here. So we've got our little touristy area up in the hillside here, which kind of needs a bit more form and function. But the idea is you can get up here with an airship, you can drive, you can take a cable car. We should have a little bus that eventually kind of sneaks its way around here too. But I want to maybe have like one hotel or something kind of novel, but we'll have, you know, like touristy style things to do up here. Maybe we can throw in a landmark or whatever. And then yeah, we got our cable car. This is kind of fun, right? So you can get to this cable car with our little monorail line. Kind of a little fun back way to get up to the to our little tourist spot. And I tried not to make this too steep because you can apparently get the drop like almost vertical, and that looks kind of silly, I think, right? And oh, you know, if you only just caught the end of the stream, guys, make sure you hit the follow button, and then same with Azili, hit her follow button too. Her and I are doing a 12-hour stream together on Thursday, and we're gonna be playing on the exact same map, and we're gonna build, you know, as big of a city as we can, but it's gonna be like entirely different because we each have our own, you know, like style and thoughts and logic when it comes to like, you know, certain like neighborhoods and this and that. So in this poor fire, oh my goodness. But yeah, so that'll be kind of cool. So we're starting 12 p.m. Thursday, and that's in the Eastern time zone, and just going for 12 hours, so pretty much the whole darn day. But yeah, let's take a look at some more stuff here before we sign off. So we got a little monorail line, kind of sneaks its way through here, makes its way into the oh my goodness gracious me, makes its way into the main station, and this is a really awesome transfer point. So you can go from a monorail to a train. And we also have a subway, metro connection in here as well. So this is going to be like the central transit hub for the city. We got some little taxi stands. We have our blimp that comes down right through here, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to plop down a central bus kind of shelter thing right here. And we'll link in some more of that. And I hear Linus in the background again. Who let him in? That silly boy. I want to get a cat door for Linus eventually, because for him it's like a revolving door. He wants to go out the front, in the back, out the front, in the back. Yeah, this fire, it's spreading quite alarmingly well. But yeah, so our monorail line, I wasn't trying to like have any one form of public transit kind of dominate. So what we have is trains that come in, and they're kind of like our regional commuters. We've got right now 2 stations. Got one right here, one right here. The trains are kind of our long distance travelers right now, and then you would hop over to a metro, and I got 3 metro stops, so it's kind of like just a little bit shorter in terms of length between the stops. So it goes like trains to metros, and then I've got the monorail for kind of like medium distance. So the stops are a bit further apart throughout the city. So you can see stop here, stop right here, stop right here, and then in and around the stops, I've got some alternate forms of transit. Not a whole lot yet, but you can see we've got some buses. So I'm just trying to encourage some line sharing. And then we've got a few transit buildings that kind of do that already, which is pretty neat. So this monorail station has got a bus shelter attached to it with 8 bus bays, which is super cool. And this is one of the assets you'll get with the new DLC. And so right now, guys, I'm not using any mods, using no assets. So it's everything you see is what you'll get with the game, minus these parking lots. Those I made myself in the asset editor. But this like here is just really, really cool. Love that. Yeah, I just really like the city. And we've got the makings of our little ferry network here. So we've got a terminal right here. We're eventually going to link that up with the little ferry network at our coast when we kind of unlock that next tile. And then I was thinking of having, maybe for this side of the island, do like a really big canal that just kind of links the whole way through. Or we could maybe, you know, cut, you know, like a channel through here, have a canal that goes like that, and have a little shortcut for our ferries. Or have the same kind of idea right here, right? Link over to this little lake, just kind of cut across, have some ferries or something. So there's lots of options, and I'll show you guys the new roads before we head off too. So you've got under your small roads your asymmetricals, which are 2+1, and if you do them properly, you can have them as like a really efficient little turning kind of split right here. So you can see we've got 2 lanes for turning on that side, 2 lanes for turning on this side, so it just kind of helps with the flow. And I love this little sexy winking little median eye thing right here. I love it. I wish I had 2 of them kind of winking at each other and be like, hello, how are you doing, you know? Love that. And then we got our small tracks here with the monorail. Pretty self-explanatory. We've got these guys here, which are awesome. This version right here is 1 driving lane plus a parking lane, a nice little handsome medium with some trees in the middle. And there's a service version of that, so you get bus and taxi lanes. And that's kind of a smaller, kind of downgraded version of this guy here. And this one is like, you know, from before in the game, so it should look familiar. But that's 2 lanes plus parking, whereas this one is just 1 lane plus parking. And then no parking, buses, and taxi. And then we got our monorail, 2 lane like that. Pretty self-explanatory. These are the new highway roads. So we've got a kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for here? What's the word I'm looking for here? It's oh gosh, kind of like a regional road, like regional highway, right? So highway speed, 1 lane on each side. You got a sound barrier, non-sound barrier. Regional highway, is that the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. I think regional maybe. And 2 lane highway roads. So you can have like a smaller version highway, or like double up on your on ramps, and then on and off. Sorry, sound barriers and non-sound barrier, and then we have four lane highway with sound barriers too. Radio voice. Well, you had to give me something to say though. I need something kind of. Oh my gosh, this fire is still going. Guys, gotta give me something kind of fun to say, and I'll do radio show voice for y'all. That's kind of it. That's the city. So lots to do. I think lots to still kind of see and work on and tinker around with. But yeah, I mean, junction control, just a whole bunch of fun stuff. Like, I'm really excited, guys. Like, I'm excited for all of you, you know what I mean? For you guys are getting the game pretty soon. Only a day and a half away. And yeah, that's pretty it. Yeah, if you guys give me something silly to say, I'll use my radio show voice for it. Oh, okay, sure. I say something epic or Zeppelin. But yeah, I'm trying to think of something like dramatic here. Oh gosh, I need cool and dramatic. Available Thursday, May 18th. City Skylines, mass transit. No, that doesn't sound really nice. I need something a little bit softer, a little bit smoother. Hey friends, looking for a new form of public transportation? Keep your eyes peeled for mass transit. See, I don't know. I'm kind of, whenever I'm put on the spot, I feel like I have nothing to say, right? Can't play till Saturday? Oh man, that's the worst. I hate when that happens too. I had that happen to me sometimes. I'm like stuck, like, working or whatever. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. You know what? That's what we're here for, right? Keep you company until Saturday. Epic launch party radio show voice. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've got nothing else to do, make sure you block off Thursday on your calendar, because Azealia and I are doing an all-day stream. Yeah, still, I don't know. I feel like I'm not quite hitting the zing factor with it, you know? You guys, I would totally do a radio. I would totally do it. I have so many comments, like, that come into the channel constantly, and everyone's like, I know I can see what your face looks like. I don't want to, because you have the perfect voice for radio. I don't want to ruin the magic. And I'm like, okay. That's kind of cool, right? Oh, Jill, I'm sorry to hear that too. But, you know what? If you kind of keep your city size a little small and you don't run mods or anything, you can actually run this even on a laptop, but you can't really push it too hard. Yeah, I have to write something for Thursday. Yeah, okay, sure. I want to, like, and when if I get, like, sub emotes, I'll have some, like, funny sounds and stuff, so I'll use, like, my radio show voice for good. But, yeah, if ever I got offered, like, a job at an actual radio station, I would totally take it. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, no joke, guys. Definitely, I'll see you Thursday. That'll be like super, super, super fun. Okay. And I'm just trying to find someone who we're going to be doing a raid on. Is that person still going? All right, this is someone that's Azili sent my way. So we're gonna do a little raid here, guys. So totally feel free to stick around for that. But yeah, so I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get some offline YouTube content out. This stream, it was in segments, so I think I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. I'm gonna have to make a little playlist for it though. I wish this was one long one. That's kind of frustrating, but yeah. But yeah, guys, I will see you Thursday otherwise, but let's go ahead and host someone else here. But thanks for hanging out, and great day, honestly, all of you. Thanks for the support, thanks for the donations, thanks for just showing up, thanks for all the great questions, and just, you guys are a really fun group. So I had a lot of fun today, I hope you did too. And this is kind of like a little, like, sneak preview taste for what Thursday's gonna be like. 12 crazy hours of city building. We'll have, yeah, we'll have some giveaways, we'll have some crazy tunes, we'll have a lot more, I think, higher fun energy, right? So. But yeah, I gotta think of some random stuff to say for some stuff here, for our recordings. But yeah, so let me I'm gonna post this guy's channel if you guys want to hop on over. And I've never even been to this streamer before, so I have no idea who he is. But let's go over, show some love. They're doing a stream for City Skylines as well. And yeah, just tell them who sent him. I'll hang out in the chat for a little bit too. If you guys want to get those raid emotes, totally feel free. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. I will see you in the next one. You're all fantastic, amazing people. And yeah, stay wonderful. See you next time, guys.